Shape up the hot way this winter with USN Diet Fuel Protein Soup. High in protein, great in taste. USN, it's all about results.
Expresso caught up with Advendurance athlete Francois Theron. He's the co-organizer of the adventure cycling events which form part of the National MTB Series.
So Francois, please excuse us interrupting your trail ride this morning, but I wanted to get a little bit of background on your career at the moment. You've of course been able to turn your passion into your life's work. Tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got into this line of work.
Well, I've been cycling for over 12 years now, and at the end of last year decided to end my professional career, and what better way to carry out my love for the sport than going into organising mountain bike events. So I started working with Advendurance, where we're a massive company organising some of the biggest events in the country, the biggest mountain bike series in the world actually.
Now, you've had to make quite an adjustment in your life from professional sportsman to now a businessman. Was it a difficult leap to make?
All the knowledge that I've built up over the years really does help, but organising an event, getting over 2,000 people safely over the line is quite a big challenge.
And of course, you wouldn't be able to do it without support. You still have a very close relationship with USN. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, USN came on board this year in all our series, and really adding to our world-class events as a world-class brand and supporting the athletes. And because it's such a wide spectrum of athletes participating, as it's a family event, really your recreational startup riders to your full-on professional riders such as Barry Thunder, Philip Bass. And I mean, yeah, it's just, it's magnificent to have a company like that on board.
Graham, we've got a long walk back, so let him get on with his ride and enjoy it. I've got some products up there for you to take to try and assist with your recovery.
I was going to ask, I hope you've got something to replenish, man. Enjoy the ride, we'll catch you in a sec.
Francois.
With USN, Francois has a competitive edge. The right stack enhances performance, strength and endurance. It also aids recovery, helps prevent injuries and cramps, and it keeps you hydrated.
There we go.
You've barely broken a sweat, man.
Going for my second loop now.
Okay, bit of an opportunity to refuel. You still obviously have the mind of a competitor. Take us through your supplementation. How important is it to you?
If there's anything that I learned over the 12 years of cycling is that nutrition is extremely important, especially if you want to go on training each day, especially training for a big race like the Epic or one of our MTN events. In order to keep your training going, you need the right supplementation. Well, I personally use USN Cyto Power HP for during my events. During my training, it's just a basic carbohydrate drink that you can really rely on, never dropping your levels. Post-workout, there's only one way, and that's recovery max. You just have to put back in what you've taken out in order to keep a sustainable training program going to peak for your event.
Now, obviously, a slight difference in the way that we're going to approach our supplementation. Looking at the products we've gone through here, should a novice like myself be approaching it differently? Should I be looking to a different product?
The great thing about the USN range of supplementation is that you don't have to do anything different. You can benefit from exactly the same supplement strategy that Francois benefits from, and he's doing double if not triple the distance that you're used to. The key thing is to make sure that you're taking products at the right time to get exactly the benefits that you're looking for. So intra-workout, making sure you get your Cyto Power HP, which is a 5-stage carbohydrate product. It's going to give you instant energy and sustained energy so that you can train harder for longer periods of time. Post-workout, it's very important to get recover max in. You have to replace what you've lost. Tomorrow you're going to get back on the bike and feel no negative effects from the workout that you've just done the day before.
Now, how do we achieve these two different ends? How do the products differ?
Now, these products are not one and the same. Cyto Power HP uses a multiple stage carbohydrate formula. So it's 5 different types of carbohydrates that digest over different periods of time so that you can benefit from that energy value without feeling depleted at any one stage of a training session. That way you can train for a longer period of time and harder, and you can adapt your workouts far more efficiently. It also has an electrolyte complex in it, which makes sure that you don't get muscle tissue spasms, you don't get cramping happening. And that way your muscle tissue can adapt to the training overload that you are doing. Now, Recover Max utilizes a fast-digesting protein complex, which is whey protein, and that gets into your system very, very quickly. It's going to saturate the muscle tissue mass with amino acids so that your body doesn't go catabolic. Now, catabolism is when your system uses your muscle mass as a primary energy source instead of using the carbohydrates that it should be using. And all you're doing there is compromising your functionality. If you can make sure you're looking after your muscle mass, you're going to improve your recovery rate and you're going to train for a harder or longer period of time, at a higher level.
That's one of my fears, is that now that I'm starting to do the endurance, the longer distances, that I'm going to now lose all of the muscle mass that I'm putting on.
No, you won't. You're going to spare that muscle tissue and you're going to use the fat stores as a reserve, as an energy source. That way you're going to get leaner, far more conditioned, a lot more toned, while you're maintaining that beach physique.
You know, the Protein Fuel 25 is a big favorite of mine. When should I be structuring that into my supplementation?
Well, it's a firm favourite amongst the whole endurance fraternity. One of the key reasons that they are using it is because it's so convenient. It's pre-mixed. Just shake it and drink it. Now, if you're doing shorter endurance events, 20Ks, 30Ks, where you don't necessarily burn that much muscle sugar, you can use it as a post-workout alternative to Recover Max.
Well, guys, thank you so much. Always an education, Gareth. Cheers, mate. Thank you for taking time out of your very busy schedule. Yeah, I cannot wait to get back out onto my bike. Get out there, man. Enjoy the rest of your ride.
While the guys re-energize with a sip of Spike, remember to hop onto usn.co.za for more great tips to take your performance to the next level.
Shape up the hot way this winter with USN Diet Fuel Protein Soup. High in protein, great in taste. USN, it's all about results.